my next guest. First alumnus on the show ever. Probably could be president of the United States now, despite the age requirement. Best head of hair, and probably in Hattiesburg, let's be real. Cycled over 4,000 miles across the United States after barely knowing how to ride a bike from his own self-admission. Payton Ware, everyone. Payton, how you doing?
I'm good.
Man, It's good to have you here.
It's weird being back here.
Yeah, especially with a microphone in your face.
True.
Tell me, what's been going on since this is homecoming week, so we're kind of, featuring notable alumni from Sacred Heart. What you been up to since you've left the Heart?
I'm at Southern Miss. I'm a junior this year. I'm studying business. I did the Journey of Hope over the summer, but since I've been back from that, I've just been doing school, hanging out. Maybe next semester or during my senior year, picking up more stuff to do. Mm-hmm. But as right now, I'm kind of just going through it.
Do you think that you feel that way because of the rigors of this bike ride you went on? So I was teasing you about not being able to ride a bike. I asked you if you'd been training because that's such an intense endeavor, right? And you were like, "Well, I'm just gonna try and do this." Tell me about this bike ride for charity that you did for your fraternity.
Yeah, so I'm a member of the Pi Kappa Phi fraternity, the Theta Alpha chapter at USM, and our national philanthropy project is called the Ability Experience. So it just promotes awareness and provides funds to people with disabilities across the country. And one of the projects is called Journey of Hope. It was started back in 1987, I believe, or 1986, with a guy named Bruce Rogers. He rode from Washington to Virginia, and then he got recognition from the national headquarters. They loved it, and they promoted it into making it a real, repeatable thing. And now, however many years later that is, I just got done doing it. I flew out to Santa Barbara, California, June 12th. Spent 2 days of training there. And then on June 14th, we went from Santa Barbara Beach down to, I think it was toward Long Beach for our first day. And then, through California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and then D.C.
Wow. Man, that first ride, Santa Barbara to Long Beach, that had to be quite the scenic ride.
Yeah, we were on the Pacific Coastal Highway, and it was, what people don't realize is we can't ride when it's dark. We can't ride after the sun goes down, before the sun goes up, so we have to wake up before the sun rises, get ready, and then kick off as soon as we can see light, especially in the desert. And that's like waking up at 4 a.m. for 2-3 weeks in a row.
That's got to be weird too, because it's cold when you're sleeping and then it gets so hot during the day.
Mm-hmm. And before the trip, I was not a big early riser guy, and so it was a big culture change.
Yeah, I bet. So this is how many miles total?
I think the total on paper, our itinerary said about 30. It was 37 or 36.65 or something like that. Okay. But that doesn't take into account that was kind of, I guess, estimates, because every day we would have to we had to scout the ride. So there are 26 people on my route, right? So there's a north and south route. Usually there's a third route that they do, but this year because of COVID we weren't able to do it. So I was on the south route. There were 26 people in my route, including me, 20 cyclists and 6 crew members. And the crew members rode in vans, and then about every 10 miles they would have a crew stop. So we could refill our water and refill snacks. But if you stop at every one of those every 10 miles, that's how you wouldn't be able to make it in the time limit that day. You can make it to your destination within the time limit. So
how many miles are you averaging per day?
70, 80. Probably closer to 70. Some days, our longest day was from Birmingham, Alabama to Carrollton, Georgia. That was 135. And then some days, I think our shortest was, besides the ride into D.C., which was 15 miles, the shortest was 30.
And then when do you rest on? Because like if you watch the Tour de France, I think you have 8 to 9 days on, and then you have a rest day.
Yeah, so it was an average like once a week we would have a rest day, but with the riding, after you got done riding, sometimes during the day and maybe sometimes even for breakfast, we call friendship visits. Those are where we meet with people with disabilities. So we went all across the country with all sorts of different places. So there's a place in Harrisburg, the ARC. There's different ARCs across the country. We met a couple of those. And then there's also the Abby Rogers Civitan camp around here. And we stayed at a Civitan camp outside of Williams, Arizona. It's just different things like that. We met all sorts of different people with all different ranges of functionality, and just had all different experiences with different people. Like sometimes we would be at a place and you'd be meeting with a nonverbal resident, and so basically they just wanted you to sit there with them and be with them, and that's what we did. We were there because the way people described it is, for us, it was just one day out of our 60-day adventure. But for the people we're meeting, it's like their Christmas and birthday wrapped into one, because they wait all year to see us for this one day. And so it was kind of hard to think about, because for us it was just like, this is what we're here for. We all wanted to do it, but for us, it took us a couple visits to realize like this means the world to them.
Is that emotionally draining? Because the challenge of riding a bike that far or cycling that far is physically draining, but I feel like that would be very difficult emotionally.
Mm-hmm. Especially when, and it was, especially when you would be very attached to somebody, and then you have to tell them, hey, we're leaving. And the worst things to say, or the worst parts, are when they would ask when you'd be back. Because, our answer for most part was just like, we'll see you next year, because the next group will come through and they'll see them next year. But that I'm not going to be able to see the same people in Carrizozo, New Mexico, or Longview, Texas. I'm not going to be able to see these people again unless I go up and make that trip. And it's just, I don't know if I'll be able to.
It's difficult to explain. Well, I know they raised a lot of money, and that's great. But what did you get out of the experience personally?
So there's still some things I'm discovering that I learned that I've kind of, that they weren't too super obvious at the end of my trip. So I've learned that I just look at life differently. I can't look at it the same, and my chapter at USM has a strong tradition of going on Journey of Hope. We've had somebody go every year except for COVID since like 2008, I think. So we have the strong tradition of people going, and so I was able to talk to those people that went in years past, and ask them how it went for them. And it's just, they told me what it was like. They told me, you're going to wake up, you're going to cycle, you're going to do visits, but nothing can prepare you for it. And it's just, like I said, it's just changed the way I look at life in general. Seeing about the people that we met and their attitudes, and me wanting to feel sorry for myself after seeing these people, it's just like, I can't. But also, along the same lines, that like I was saying, that that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, and I probably will ever do, physically, emotionally, mentally, and it's hard coming back and thinking about just stuff doesn't seem as important, which it's a good thing and a bad thing. Right. Little things that might upset me before, and I think about the grand scheme of things, doesn't really affect me. But also sometimes just wanting to go out and do stuff, just doesn't seem like it doesn't matter anymore, you know?
I can see that being a double-edged sword where it does make problems you might have seem smaller, but it also makes tasks that you have to get done to just be a person not seem as big of a deal either.
And also, like you said, like makes the problem smaller, but also makes the victories smaller.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's nice to have those to keep you in check, to make you, if you have a bad week and then you go out and you hit a PR at the gym or something, you know, that's like a victory for the week. But both of those just seem inconsequential now, and I'm stuck in this limbo where it's just like I don't know what to do.
I laugh because you're going to be fine, because you're going to find another one. It's hard to go back being a farmer once you slay the dragon. You know, that's what you're dealing with right now. But the fields still have to be tilled. It still everything has to keep going. So, man, that's so cool that you got to have that experience, and it's so cool also that it's for altruistic reasons too. You know, if I just went and rode my bike across the country, people are like, all right, good job. What'd you do that for? You know, and it's so cool that you know, it had all that wrapped in it. But man, well, that's great that I knew I liked you, bro. You're a special guy. You're a special alumnus. But enough all this. I think it's time to play questions about you. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Okay.
Dark blue, specifically.
Navy?
I wouldn't say navy, but not royal blue. Not Sacred Heart blue. It's close though.
Close.
It's like
darker or lighter than Sacred Heart blue?
I'd say darker. I'm colorblind, so you gotta give me some leeway, but I would say darker.
Oh, you are? That was a very insensitive question for me to ask.
Can you actually redact this from the podcast? I take very great offense to that.
Favorite grayscale?
Favorite grayscale? Charcoal.
Nice. Yeah.
A nice solid charcoal.
Gunmetal.
Nice.
So, all right, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Telepathy.
Yeah?
To move things in my mind. Because I read something somewhere a long time ago that if you think about it, if you can move stuff with your mind, you have every superpower, right? Because I could move my body in the air to fly, or go super fast,
right?
Or even like, if I got like super technical, I could like move the neurons in your brain to make you
think something. Yeah.
I could control you like a puppet.
So pure telekinesis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, my answer was always like gravity. If I can move gravity, I can affect time and space. So it's the same. Yeah, it's a smart aleck answer. I like that. I like that. What's your favorite pastime? What do you like to do in your spare time?
I'm a big fan of watching cooking videos on YouTube.
Yeah? Who's your favorite chef?
A guy named Adam Ragusa.
Okay.
He makes not only just like really good cooking videos, but also just like history of different stuff in cooking. And I watched a video about malt yesterday. Do you know what malt is? Like malt whiskey or malted milk?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I watched the whole video explaining about what that was.
What it is, exactly.
Now, I was talking to somebody who saw me watching that, and they said, like, why are you watching this? Like, is it for a project or something? And I had to tell them, like, I enjoy watching videos about random things that have no effect on my life, but I love to learn.
No, this is my jam. This is not
exactly.
for school. Yeah, I'm a Matty Matheson guy. I like the abject ridiculousness of somebody who can really cook, but is just an insane person. So I'm with you on that one. What's your spirit animal?
That's tough. You know,
this is hard.
Some people will say like a tiger or a lion, but do you know what an axolotl is?
Mm-mm.
They're like little aquatic animal that they look like little, like if you saw pictures of them, you know what I'm talking about. They have like little small faces and little fins, and they live in the ocean.
What's it called?
An axolotl.
Axolotl.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds like a Pokemon.
It does. It looks like a Pokemon too, but
okay.
I think they look really cool.
Okay.
And yeah. I'm not sure exactly how it would be my spirit animal, but I think it looks cool. And so if I was an animal, I want to be that.
You want to look cool?
Yeah, I think on the inside, that's what I look like.
That's what you look like, an axolotl.
Exactly.
Payton Ware, on the inside, axolotl. What's your overall look?
My look?
Yeah. What's your vibe, dude?
Very functional. So I live in the Pike Gap house at USM. And if you saw my room, you would think, one, somebody doesn't live here, like there's a squatter in here, or two, somebody lived here 3 years ago and never got their stuff back. Right? My room is very
Right.
It's very functional.
Right. Function is fashion, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got the couch it's in my room, and a recliner for $50 total at Salvation Army. The couch it had an odor to it.
Mm-hmm.
I've covered it up with enough Febreze at this point.
That's why they invented it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have a chair in there that I was gifted to.
Mm.
Basically everything in my room was either I found it, I was given it, or I reluctantly bought it.
Right. Reluctantly bought.
Yeah.
That's crucial, man. You are in college for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I am hemorrhaging money at this point in time.
Yeah.
I have no job, and it's bad.
Yeah. Go to college.
Yeah. Go to college.
This is a college prep school.
This is actually a USM ad. So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, this is my favorite, but because you're an alumnus, right? We gotta change it. You know, I normally ask people, how do you want to be remembered at Sacred Heart? I'm gonna ask you, how do you think you are remembered at Sacred Heart?
So, I remember when I was still here, when my older brother was still in school. I was known as Keaton's little brother, right? And as soon as he left, I was me, and now a lot of people know me as Ashton's older brother. But I think a lot of teachers know me as being, I used to be a bad kid, and this place whipped me into shape. Not bad. I mean, I did my work, also reluctantly, but I was just not a very empathetic person. And I think the way I'm remembered is that I tried to change that. I actually changed that during my last, especially during my senior year. And I think how a lot of teachers remember me is that I did do that. I did try to change, and I did change. And I tried becoming friends with everybody in my class. And I think I succeeded in that for the most part. I'm still super close with everybody I graduate with. All the guys, I still see a lot of them a couple of times a week at least. Right. And I still talk to them every day. But
are you glad that you went to Sacred Heart?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've had some people, I tell people I went to Sacred Heart, they first off, no clue where that's at. I have to explain to them. I tell them I graduated with 48 people, and they kind of laugh in my face, just like, but I'm so glad I went here. I'm so glad my parents gave me the opportunity to come here.
Yeah. Well, it'd be in a downtown, it's like a neighborhood school.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can kind of. That's cool that you have that awareness, I guess. I don't know, man. What, you're 20? Yeah, most people when they're 20 don't really think that way. Thinking about empathy and all that, because I remember your senior year. Coaching you in soccer was that was a fun time. It's not bad when you get a ring, right? But you were a positive impact. You were a positive influence on that team, and you could see it. You could see that you made an effort to be a part of more people's lives that were outside of your normal circle. So, yeah, man, that's cool. Well, look, it was so great to have you back here. We've been talking about this for a while. Man, you're a part of Sacred Heart. I mean, you helped paint these walls, dude. You're here forever. So it's good to have you, man. Proud of you, and so happy for you. And keep killing it, bro.
Thanks.
Nice. Yeah, that was great. That was really good.